Hello, good evening and welcome to News 360 here from the News Hub at Adesawe, Kanda. I'm Natalie Ford.
And my name is Alfred Okanse. Coming up in the next 60 minutes tonight.
News 360 Headlines is brought to you by
Pressure mounts on governments to put in place new board for electricity company as accusations of inefficiency anger workers of the power utility.
Fight against Galamsey receives major boost as Asanteo Tufose to the second asks small-scale miners in the Ashanti region to comply with ban. Meanwhile, President Akufo-Addo reiterates resolve to sustain war on Galamsey, faraway Senegal.
Also in the bulletin, newly refurbished Accra Regional Hospital closed down 3 days after reopening.
The Ghana Export Promotion Authority adopts cashew as priority export commodity.
And on the international front, at least 60 people killed in an attack on a military airbase in southern Libya. We have the details of these stories as well as the very latest from the world of sports and entertainment in the next hour. Stay with us. Thanks for staying with us. This is News 360, and here's where we start off this evening. The Ministry of Health has confirmed the closure of newly refurbished department of the Accra Regional Hospital only 3 days after it was opened to the public. TV3 has intercepted a leaked document presented to the Director General of the Ghana Health Service, indicating tools and equipment needed before the facility commences full operation. Komla Kluche has the following report.
Don't be deceived. The huge banner showing you the newly built Rage Hospital is working is not entirely true. Managers will not speak to TV3 on report of the facility not treating a single patient 3 days after the health minister opened it. We went around the facility to ascertain the veracity of the place not functional. Offices are under lock and key. Empty rooms spotted from outside. TV3 intercepted leaked documents prepared by the embattled director of the hospital to the Director General of the Ghana Health Service on tools and equipment needed for a smooth takeoff of the hospital. Equipment such as instruments for burns, amputation set, self-retaining retractors were not available. The general surgery, pediatric surgery, thoracic surgery, neurosurgery, urology, trauma and orthopedics, radiology, pathology all do not have basic equipment for use. The leaked documents to the Director General of the Ghana Health Service also requested training for staff towards the use of the equipment if installed. TV3 has gathered all these are not available. The Ghana Health Service will not comment on the document. The Ministry of Health confirmed it.
You can't have everything 100% because our needs are many, but the resources are limited. So such an edifice, I don't think it's a big deal if all the rooms are not fitted with the machines that are required. Going forward, we can procure them.
We sought to find out from the public relations officer of the Ministry of Health the justification for opening the facility when it lacked basic equipment.
I don't think it's a big deception. We are not deceiving anybody. What has happened is this, that there was a plan, a program regarding the opening of the facility to the public. And one of them has to do with the ceremony about its opening itself. And then also the next stage will be cleaning around the facility and few other areas. So that is what is being done after the opening, which took place on last Wednesday, 17th May 2017. So God willing, come Monday, services will begin.
The stark reality is that the huge edifice opened by the health minister is not admitting any patients after it was opened. This is about the second time a huge public charade has gone to that effect, but it is not admitting any patient. Well, it has been closed down from all indications. Komla Kluche, TV3 News, Accra.
So this Greater Accra Regional Hospital, this is the second time it was launched. Remember, prior to the election 2016, former President John Dramani Mahama launched it, and it wasn't open to the public until 3 days ago when there was an official opening for the public to enjoy the ultra-modern facilities there. But then, with this document that Komla Kluche has intercepted and the details that is giving there, Dr. Naba, who is the embattled former CEO of that particular hospital, now the Greater Accra Regional Hospital, requested that these equipments that you see on the screen right now be supplied for the operations of the hospital to be in full-fledged. As we speak at the moment, these equipments have not been supplied as yet, but then it was open to the public. And that's why for the past 3 days, it has not offered any services to any member of the general public. Vascular set, instruments set for burns and plastic surgery. Also, we have thyroidectomy set, amputation sets, appendectomy set, rectal anal set, also self-retaining retractors and Morris retractors for pediatric surgery, and the pediatrics surgical sets. None of them, as we speak, is available for that particular hospital that was opened for the general public to enjoy. Also, we have the laminectomy sets, the craniotomy sets, the shunt sets, the general sets that are used for any form of surgery are all not available. To the extent that, as we speak, operating microscope also not available, and prostate, we're told, sectomy set as well, and the other very minor and basic equipments are also not present as we speak at the moment. It's a tall list of about 28 equipments that are expected to be supplied for the hospital to be in full set to deliver also that service adequately for any member of general public who will go there to get it. Until these equipments are supplied, you should get to know that it's not going to be in operations. That's the news that we have intercepted with this Accra Regional Hospital. Let's go into some breaking news coming through now. TV3 has gathered that some 40 senior staff of the custom officers of the Tema Port have been reassigned. Now, the 40 senior officers who were at the collection point of that's the Tema Port have been posted to other borders across the country. The officers received their letters today. This is the breaking news that we get coming through. It's not really clear whether the shakeup is as a result of the Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's visit to the port, indicating he wanted to effect some changes at the collection point. So this is a breaking news coming through as you see on your screens right now. TV3 has gathered that some 40 senior custom officers of the Tema Port have been reassigned. That is the information that we're getting coming through now as we speak, and we are getting a lot more detail into. If you recall, a couple of days ago, the Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, visited that particular facility, indicating that some persons have to have the activities checked. We're going to be staying a lot more on this.
Alfred, we'll bring our viewers the details of that story as time goes on. But in other news this evening, pressure is mounting on government to put in place a new board for the Electricity Company of Ghana 4 months into President Nana Addo's administration. The Public Utility Workers Union and Africa Center for Energy Policy, ACEP, are worried the delay is contributing to the lack of strategic leadership and workers' anxiety at the company.
The nation's power distributor has been in the news for the wrong reasons in the last few days. This follows concerns of inefficiencies with revenue collection and billing. The Energy Minister, Boakye Jakon, chided the electricity company for poor work ethics and inefficiency, justifying the need for private sector participation to improve the effectiveness of the operations. The General Secretary of the Public Utility Workers Union, Michael Nyantichi, thinks the unavailability of a new board for ECG is responsible for the woes of the company.
If we value and consider ECG as such a critical national asset, there are key things that we need to do to keep the company in a certain position, even if we want to offload it to the private sector. And one of them is the appointment of a board of directors. A company without a board of directors and an acting managing director, what major decisions can they take?
Africa Center for Energy Policy, ACEP, argues a new board will provide the company with the necessary governance framework to succeed.
So a call on government to ensure that that board is quickly put in place to support management to take the right decisions. But again, once there is management in place, they have to also act. But ultimately it requires money, and that's where the discussion on private sector participation is speaking at.
The Electricity Company of Ghana is currently engaging the U.S. Embassy in Ghana to reconcile some debts owed the company after reports that the ECG has failed to do so in 2 years.
The Eastern Regional Office of the Food and Drugs Authority has destroyed 3 tons of unwholesome products seized from shops and selling points across the region. The regional director of the authority, Samuel Kwache, who led the exercise, warned of stiffer punishment for the culprits.
3 tons of unwholesome product were seized within a period of 8 months. In November 2016, 2 tons were also confiscated, bringing it to 5 tons. The items range from food products, medicines, household chemical substances, and cosmetic products. The Food and Drugs Authority said it will enforce laws by imposing administrative fines on offenders. The Eastern Regional Food and Drugs Authority Director, Samuel Kwache, cautioned the general public to check shelf life, expiry date, and physical appearance of products before they buy them. He also warned those who sell the product to ensure they are selling safe product or face the law.
There are penalties ranging from 25,000 Ghana cedis to 50,000 Ghana cedis. And these are quite stiffer punishment that are meant to be taken. But you see, like you said, there are some people who are recalcitrant. When we find them, we make sure we pass them to legal means.
Officials from the Environmental Health Department were also at hand to support the FDA in the exercise.
President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has reiterated government's resolve to continue with the war against illegal mining despite calls by small-scale miners to halt the fight. Speaking to the Ghanaian community in Senegal on his ECOWAS tour, the president said it is unacceptable to allow galamsey to threaten the future of the economy.
As far back as that, in the 16th century, people recognized that mining was important for the economy of our country. But what we cannot have done is for the mining to compromise our future environment. 60%, we're told, of the water bodies in Ghana today threatened by mining activities. But that's unacceptable. That is completely unacceptable. The land across our country, one of the advantages of campaigning is that you get to see Ghana. And it was this last campaign, the exposure that I had to what was actually going on the field, that hardened my decision that if God willing I was to win the election, I was going to make the fight against galamsey one of my priorities. And we have done it. A whole cabinet committee has been established, and they are plotting the entire strategy as to what we can do to bring this phenomenon of galamsey to an end in our country.
Meanwhile, President Akufo-Addo has cautioned ECOWAS leaders to desist from maintaining economic structures that are dependent on production and export of raw materials if prosperity is to be guaranteed. The president was speaking at a state dinner in his honor by President Alpha Condé of Guinea.
President Akufo-Addo wants Ghana and Guinea to build on the existing relations between the two countries as well as explore further other areas of cooperation for mutual benefit.
The links between our two countries of Guinea and Ghana are obvious. They're imposed upon us by our common history in our common region of West Africa, and as such, we are compelled to work together. The circumstances of our ascent to the high office of president of our respective countries bear a common similarity, and another reason why you and I in particular must work together.
With the population of West Africa set to hit 500 million people in 20 years, up from its current population of 350 million, President Akufo-Addo is advocating the integration of the sub-region to offer immense opportunities to bring prosperity. Meanwhile, President Akufo-Addo has since left Guinea, has arrived in Cape Verde to continue with the ECOWAS tour.
You're watching News 360, still to come in the bulletin this evening. Ghana Export Promotion Authority adopts cashew as priority export commodity.
And on international front, at least 60 people killed in an attack on a military air base in southern Libya.
Remember, this bulletin is streaming live on 3news.com as well as News on TV3 on Facebook. Return to the very latest from the world of business shortly. Stay with us.
All right, it's still News 360. Thanks for staying with us. Let's look at the latest in business now. My name is Nanikia Mensah Brampa, and the Ghana Exports Promotion Authority has adopted cashew as a priority export commodity. Now, this follows several calls on government to give attention to the alien sector by rolling out an aggressive expansion program. Cashew cultivation in Ghana started in the 1960s. Plants were mainly cultivated in the central and greater Accra regions. It later spread to the Brunahafo, northern, upper east and upper west regions. Between 1970 and 1980, the industry suffered a setback due to the absence of the need for support in terms of policies to facilitate its development as an infant agri-industry. This trend has been up and down till date.
Cashew hasn't got a national development plan or framework. Previous governments have seen the opportunity in cashew. There's been intermittent support. We don't have any rules and regulation. It's a free-for-all. You know, there's no licensing regime. There's no registration regime. Anybody walks in and out.
Globally, there is increased demand for the commodity, with Africa having approximately 50% of global production of raw cashew nuts. The president of the Ghana Cashew Industry Association, Winfred Oseiusu, said there is a need for a policy framework to move cashew production from 7,000 metric tons to 200,000 metric tons in the next 10 years.
For every raw nut that goes outside the country, some levy of at least about $50 per ton should be levied on it. Ghana, we need such a levy that will be put into a fund that will seek to the sole development of cashew.
The Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Exports Promotion Authority, Gifty Klenam, said a department to oversee the development of a crop has been set up.
The Cashew Association themselves are putting up an interim board that is going to help them to structure their work. If you package yourself well and you come, we are also there to support you. And we are going to deal with commodity by commodity.
Cashew has a 21.17% annual growth rate. Right, and I must say industry players are really excited as cashew now becomes a priority export commodity there. And just to take note, it is the leading agri-produce in the agricultural subsector in 2016 for the non-traditional exports here in the country, leading 10 others there. And talking about its value as at 2016 comparing to that of 2015, cashew value as of 2016 stood at 196,800,000, and for 2015 it saw 211,328,000. So you can see that there's a little drop in terms of growth there for year 2016 and 2015 of 6.88%. That is the growth drop there. But with this new initiative that has come up, prioritizing cashew exports, pushing in more funds as well as resources and more energy into its exports, I'm sure that something good will come out of it, and we would have figures totaling already for non-traditional exports. The CEO of the Ghana Export Promotion Authority has pictured it at $2 million. That is $4 billion, actually $4 billion there for the year 2017 growth rate for non-traditional exports. So let's look at how that will turn out. But let's move on to some more issues. And Invest in Africa, in partnership with Societe Generale and Tallow Oil, have committed to increasing local content and participation in the oil and gas sector. Under the partnership, local businesses are encouraged to register onto the African Partner Pool to be able to bid for contracts in the oil and gas sector.
The petroleum sector in Ghana has since 2003 experienced significant growth, particularly the discovery of oil in the Jubilee fields in 2007. The large-scale oil and gas industry is one that requires cross-sector partnership to manage its operations. Invest in Africa is a private sector initiative that connects leading companies with SMEs to develop local enterprise and support investment. Manager of Invest in Africa Ghana, Sam Brandful, encouraged local businesses to register onto the pool to receive bids and access tenders to partner with leading companies such as Tallow Oil.
If you're currently doing business with Tallow Oil only, by getting onto the Africa Partner Pool, you can do business with Societe Generale and any of our other partners. So it's a cross-sector opportunity that you will enjoy.
Invest in Africa through the Africa Partner Pool also provides registered SMEs with business skills, training and techniques needed to become more internationally competitive. Funding opportunities are also available for companies registered onto the pool through strategic partnerships with leading financial institutions such as Societe Generale Bank. Sector Head for Energy and Public Sector at Societe Generale Ghana, Priscilla Ishiam, said adequate funding is provided to partnered SMEs to enable them to meet the standard and quality checks required in the oil and gas sector.
We are not funding the SMEs in isolation. We're funding them because they have won a contract with Tallow. We're doing this to fulfill our own bargain as a bank who is supporting Ghana's local content initiative.
Indirect category lead in the supply chain department of Tallow Ghana, Patricia Eiba, said the operations of Tallow have been significantly enhanced through the partnerships provided with Invest in Africa.
When there's the need to procure a service or goods, we share the scope of work with Invest in Africa for them to upload onto the platform. So suppliers registered with Invest in Africa are able to see this upcoming tenders and they stand a chance to bid for them.
Invest in Africa seeks to create avenues for business growth while opening up access to new markets across a range of sectors.
And more news tonight. Mantra Ghana Limited, sole authorized dealer for Caterpillar products in Ghana, has outdoored an innovative power generation system, the Mantrac Energy System. The Mantrac Energy System uses the latest solar and energy storage technologies to provide efficient and reliable power supply.
The Mantrac Energy System using Caterpillar engines is the first in Ghana. It is integrated with high performance and guaranteed auxiliary equipment and comes as a full hybrid solution. It can be customized to provide clean, efficient, economic, and reliable power, targeting telecommunication companies, manufacturing, as well as residential apartment.
We are representing several technology, solar panels, batteries, inverters, and engine, of course. Such integrated solution will optimize your operating cost. If you use such a technology, simply, you will reduce your fuel consumptions to 80%.
Mantrac is at the forefront of the energy transition, integrating renewable power with smart energy storage and conventional diesel, in line with the Ministry of Energy's plans of harnessing renewable energy penetration in the country.
We are coming here as engineer, coming with an alternative solutions. This solution, recently, we are focusing in general about renewable energy. So renewable energy in general is coming the next step for covering all type of conventional type of resources.
The director in charge of renewable energy at the ministry, Wisdom Mahiate Togobo, who represented the sector minister, said renewable energy generation remains key in the country's development agenda and encouraged the private sector to partner with government.
The initiative that Mantrac is taking to consider a hybrid of the diesel generator with solar is a step in the right direction to ensure reliable supply of power, especially in the commercial sectors of this country.
Mantrac Ghana Limited is the sole authorized dealer for Caterpillar product in Ghana and distributor the full range of cat construction equipment.
Well, let's still look at some more activities of organizations. And Managing Director of Casapreco Company, Richard Ajay, has reaffirmed the company's commitment to provide suitable and sustainable employment for the youth of the country. He made the assurance during the launch of Casapreco's new honeybee drink in Accra.
Casapreco Company has invested in excess of $7 million to expand its soft drink brands in the last 2 years. The new soft drink, added to the royal brand by Casapreco, the honeybee drink, comes with a tagline, unique in taste, full of natural honey. The honeybee drink is a carbonated non-alcoholic drink made from natural honey produced in Ghana. At the launch of the Royal Honeybee drink in Accra, Managing Director of Casapreco Company, Richard Ajay, indicated the initiative is to help sustain the honeybee industry to create job opportunities for the youth.
We wanted to give Ghanaians an alternative and a healthier alternative to soft drink. For a lot of people that want to go and start farming honey, we are very much open to buying from them. So for us, they are going through the Ghana Honey Association.
The director of soft drinks and water at Casapreco, Eunice Ajay Bonsu, stated the honeybee drink is for all and has no added flavors.
There's no concentrate, there's no extract, it's all fully honey. For a healthier person, I would say that choose the honeybee drink.
The National Sales Manager for Soft Drinks and Water, Samuel Wilberforce Ewukudaku, assured customers of the best of quality.
At the close of the year, we are looking at 1 million packs. That into bottles that will give us 12 million bottles into the market. The second year, we hope to double it to 2 million packs.
The president of the Ghana Beekeepers Association, Patrick Addo Newman, assured the company and public of continued supply of quality natural honey.
We are going to encourage members of our association to go strictly to these methodologies of beekeeping, so that at least the standard of honey that we produce from our hives or from the environment are of good quality.
The Royal Honeybee drink has been introduced onto the Accra, Kumasi and Takoradi markets.
And the Minister of State for Tertiary Education, Professor Kwesi Yanka, has lauded the African Institute for Mathematical Sciences for spearheading the continent's transformation through research and capacity building. He called on the private sector to partner the Ministry of Education and aims to bring the Institute's vision for the establishment of knowledge
ecosystem to life.
The African Institute of Mathematical Sciences is a pan-African network of centers of excellence for postgraduate training, research and public engagement in mathematical sciences. Its mission is to support Africa's brightest students to become independent thinkers, problem solvers and innovators capable of propelling the continent's future scientific, educational and economic self-sufficiency. At a partnership launch with Captains of Industry, the CEO of AIMS Ghana, Thierry Zomahun, laid out AIMS' bold vision and initiatives to lead Africa's transformation through innovative scientific training and technical advancement.
Data will become, for this 21st century, what oil was for the previous century. And around data, in the information technology industry, you will need people who can analyze, who can interpret, who can use data in real time. And that requires mathematical thinking and skills.
The Minister of State for Tertiary Education, Professor Kwesi Yanka, said the objectives of AIMS are directly in line with government's vision for the education sector.
There were real polytechnics where the scientific enrollment in the sciences was about 85%. Polytechnics have now become centers of humanities. And there's a fear that if we allow the same trend to continue, the notion of technical universities will just be a nominal thing, just by word of mouth.
Celebrated Ghanaian mathematics scholar Professor Francis Alote underscored the relevance of mathematical science teaching and learning.
Science and technology are regarded as international currency upon which fortunes will rise and fall. The engine that drives science and technology is mathematics. Despite the importance of mathematics, the state of mathematics is decreasing in Africa.
AIMS Ghana is currently working to build a knowledge ecosystem at Salt Pond in the central region, which will serve a multi-purpose for training, research and capacity building.
All right, so that's about it for Business Tonight. My name is Nanikia Mensah-Brampa. Let's just go over to Natalie and Alfred, and it's like the business of entertainment.
Absolutely.
You don't love me so much.
Yeah, I don't know.
A lot of people have become obsessed with that.
Numero soap opera on TV now.
I know, and you've been into it all a while, and so we decided to just move it out and find out how people are reacting to it. It's an ecstatic atmosphere as we speak at the moment in Tema. Where my colleague Josephine Frimpong is joining us now. Josephine, if you can hear me, what's the atmosphere there now ahead of the public viewing of Do Not Love Me So Much?
Residents of Tema today are enjoying a public viewing of one of TV3's entertainment piece, Do Not Love Me So Much. This Indian telenovela has caught on so well. Today, we got here at the Harbour City, right at Tema Community 1. The patronage was so great. But currently, I have with me here Abna Nyamiche. She's with us, our sister radio station, Onua FM. She's going to tell us how we're received this afternoon where we started the whole program here. Abna.
Yes, Mami.
How was it?
It's so amazing. In fact, I was so surprised when I saw the people here. Thousands of people, they were so happy to be here. I thought, they just came to view whatever thing we have brought here, but not knowing they are actually watching Do Not Love Me. And it's so amazing, about thousands of people here. In fact, I'm so happy. You see, I lost my voice.
Sure. So, Do Not Love Me show. This is a telenovela which has been running for 3 months. How has it been? What are the feedback you have picked on the ground so far?
Seriously, in fact, the feedbacks that we are getting is so amazing. But what I want to tell people is just two things. Parents, parents cannot divorce, but couples can divorce. That is all I want to tell viewers. And if you are not here, TMA Park, please, you have to run and be here because we are having fun. Yeah.
Right, Abna. So let's also speak to Nana Penny. Nana Penny, you have also been on this telenovela for 3 months. You know everything about it. This is an intriguing story that we urge everybody to have time, make time and watch the show. What are the lessons that family, couples should learn from the show?
Thank you very much. This is an amazing program and I urge everybody to watch. What I want to say and what I have learned in this movie is that as couples, you can never separate. But if you are just married, you can separate. Why I'm saying this is when you have children, you can never say that you are separating or you are divorcing, because definitely one day you have to come back together to do something for these children. But when there is no issue, when there is no child, when there is nothing between you, I mean, you can decide to go your way. But one thing that I have learned from this movie is that as parents, we should not drive our children away from us. We should allow the children to exhibit their talent. We should support them with whatever they want to do. Looking at Ragini's attitude and her son Araf, where Araf has now been taken to prison, and then now she is recollecting everything that Araf told her. I remember Araf once said, "Mommy, I want to go into business," and the mother was shouting. Ragini is too disciplined. She is over disciplined. Sometimes she overreacts, and that drives the children away from her. And so parents should not do that. We should rather bring the children closer to us. Whatever they want to do, we should rather encourage them and help them, support them, whatever they need, so that they can be able to get to wherever they want to get to.
All right, Nana Penny, thank you so much. I believe that if you should make time to watch this Indian telenovela, you pick a lot of lessons from this telenovela. And we are urging everybody in Tema, wherever you are, the Nuka Cranny of Tema, rush to the TMA Park and have the public viewing. So from us here at Tema, the Harbour City, my name is Josephine Frimpong.
Thank you. That is the atmosphere as you see on your screens, as you've been watching right now. Lovely, ecstatic atmosphere.
Absolutely, Alfred. It's clear that they've picked a lot of lessons from Do Not Love Me So Much.
You can't love me so much, can you?
Well,
let's go for this quick break. We're back shortly with some more in the world of sports. To stay.
Time for sports now with me, Thierry Nyan, here on News 360. Now, we start off with the Black Stars. One player who has not yet played for the team since 2014 World Cup is Juventus midfielder Kweja Asamoah. He has been out of the team due to niggling injuries, but now he's fine. The coach and the FA have made him a priority. The FA Vice President George Afriyie, in an exclusive interview with TV3 Sports, says the association will keep trying till they get the midfielder back for the Black Stars.
I'm sure a lot of people don't know my relationship with Kojo. Kojo is like my son. It's one of the few players in the local, in the Black Stars that I have a direct and personal contact. There's a bond between me and Kojo, and that sometimes when players take decisions, we go on our way to persuade them to resign the decision and to see how best they will. But at least we have a new coach now. I know Avram Grant tried. Avram went to see Kojo on several occasions, tried to convince him to come back. I mean, he's gone through some turbulent times, I mean, injuries here and there and all that. Thankfully now he's recovered fully and he's playing very well. Let's give the coach the chance to also, and within the coming days too, I'll also take a trip to Italy and I want to meet him. Fortunately, he'll be coming home and I'll take the opportunity to also see him and talk to him to see if he's ready to come back.
Now, the Black Starlets of Ghana will face Guinea on Saturday in their last group game at the Under-17 Africa Championship. The Starlets have won their first 2 games in Gabon, beating Cameroon by 4-0 and host Gabon by 5-0 on Wednesday. The 2 wins ensured Pakwesi Fabian's side made it through to the semi-finals of the competition, as well as become the first African team to qualify to the FIFA Under-17 FIFA World Cup in India. Starlets gem Eric Ayia is the leading top scorer or the leading scorer charts, with 5 goals after 2 games, and will hope to add to his tally on Saturday against Guinea.
Welcome back to News 360. Let's get into entertainment this evening as in Dadieso, a community in the western region, went agog when Ghana's current youngest reigning DJ Switch, the winner of TV3's Talented Kids Season 8, arrived. The regent of Dadieso, Nana Osei Kofi, at a welcome ceremony, announced an education fund for such talented kids in the area.
13 weeks of captivating performances, and Erica Tando, popularly known as DJ Switch, topped them all. The 9-year-old hails from Dadieso. This community in the Siamang district of the Western region welcomed their proud daughter. It was joy and celebration as parents, schoolmates and representatives of Media General welcomed the young talent. And DJ Switch will not disappoint. His skills were once again in full swing. The community showed what they are made of culturally, all in her honor. The regent of Dadieso, Nana Osei Kofi, praised TV3 for unearthing talent, adding DJ Switch took after her mother, who had the zeal to become a DJ. He hinted of an education fund to unearth talent. The district chief executive of Siamang, Christian Ba, suggested government should partner TV3 to introduce more innovative programs to unearth more talent.
TV3 has done very well, but for us to have it on such a big platform, government should actually help TV3 to do more than what they are doing.
The deputy station manager of Connect FM, a member of the Media General Group, Ransford Nanao Sayasari, thanked the chiefs and people for their unflinching support towards the success of the reality show. DJ Switch was later taken to her school, Ideas Junior College, where her teachers and colleagues also welcomed her in a grand style.
Lovely, and we're happy that we're part of unearthing such gem for this country. But away from that, one of Ghana's finest actors, Omar Sharif Kaptan, is saying that he has not quit acting. The actor is saying here had just taking some time off to take care of some other businesses. He spoke with Adjoa Amofose.
Can never cheat on me. That is a criminal offense. I could arrest you and put you behind bars.
Omar Sharif Kaptan says he needs some time to attend to other personal projects. The former tinsel actor says the break is necessary to make some accomplishments.
I'm still in the movie industry. I've been slow a bit because I'm doing my own productions. The Devil Did Nothing, and we are about to shoot the second season. Apart from that, I did a program for married couples called Tend to Be.
He was, however, worried the local movie industry had lost its touch of professionalism.
It has taken a serious nosedive. We have opened ourselves up for people to enter who are not supposed to be there. Okay, now these people are now bringing the movie industry down because they don't even know the trade.
Talking about marriage, the father of 4 said it is good to be fully prepared for it. The ladies' man, as he's being tagged, said marriage is the best thing to happen and goes beyond just what the eye sees.
It's best to grow to a certain stage, okay, before you get married. Seriously, because that's when you are mature. That's when you know that you can make this work. You know, amongst the odds, amongst every bad situation, you have to make it work because, I mean, you are matured. You get me? So you have to get problems solved. You have to get issues settled, you know, and make it work, and life goes on.
Umar hinted that he had set up a music record label, out of which 5 of his signees will be unveiled soon.